Hi everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Just getting back from the store about 45 minutes ago from a little bit of a food run. I'm having to do these food runs every day. I get kind of just thrown out of my way of doing things when I miss a farmer's market on Saturday, and so I've been going downtown for food a lot more this week than I normally do. Got some good stuff though. Good stuff. I'm telling you, the mango rampage continues. I'll get off this mango thing, I guess, when the mangoes start going down in quality. No, I won't. I'm trying to eat as many mangoes as humanly possible over the next 3 months. Tide me over while I'm going to be away. Anyhow, I wanted to talk today about doing this raw vegan thing on a budget. That's pretty, I hear people talk about that all the time, and that's one of the subjects that is of interest to a lot of people in this lifestyle. You know, people are always a little bit intimidated or wonder, like, can I afford to do this? So anyhow, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you'd go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can come back and watch more. And when you hit the subscribe button, click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. All right, now I'm gonna kind of talk about this budget thing from a little bit different approach than the other videos I see out on the internet. I'm just gonna do what I always do here, and I'm gonna keep it real for you. First of all, I can't solve everybody's problems. Not anybody out there. Like, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for people to solve unrealistic problems for them. To start off, there's a lot of people that are fanatic, or it's almost like they got two personalities battling against them in their body. On the one hand, they're like, I want to be fully vegan. I want to be fully raw vegan, working towards, that's the holy grail that they're always getting towards. My area is not real good for fully raw vegan. I don't get this, I don't get that. And then they come back and they're always like kind of making like this little challenge. Well, here, solve this for me. How do I get past this? I'm like, well, at some point you got to be realistic. And yes, there's people that are surviving, there's people that are thriving in every climate doing this. But you got to ask yourself, did you pick the wrong lifestyle for where you're living? Probably not, but the reason I'm kind of talking about this, kind of set up further thought, is because get out of your own head on this fanaticism. Get out of your head about this fully raw, and raw is everything where it comes to health. And be realistic and accept where you are. And if at least stop complaining about it. If you're not going to do something to make yourself or to put yourself in a situation to be as raw as possible, and being raw is important to you, well, then I don't know what the hell to tell you. I try to think in a lot of different places, and I'll be going to Alabama here in 3 months, and I'll be doing it full time from there for about 3 months. So I'm going to have to try to change my game up a little bit. I'm not going to have these nice mangoes everywhere. Although I did find mangoes this last trip, and I will be able to include mangoes. I'm just not going to be able to get mangoes at such a price and at such a volume that they can be a huge part of my lifestyle. So I will eat. What I will suggest is, when season's around, when it's warmer time of the year for wherever you are, take advantage. Eat what's around. Eat what's at your local curb markets. Go to your local farmer's market. Definitely in-season fruit that's close to you is most of the time going to be economical. But then there's always what you can drop back to. I'm always kind of thinking different scenarios, like, what if it all goes to hell? What if I just all of a sudden I got no money hardly to survive on? Or just different scenarios in my head, like, how can you do this thing on a basic level, the easiest possible? In most places, you're going to always be able to find bananas. And as I always say on my channel, if it's very important to you to be raw vegan, and if you're going to sit there and you're typing out right now, well, I can't get good bananas in my area, then you got to talk to somebody else. I don't even know how to go advising you there. I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying that, bananas. I can't imagine going anywhere that bananas would not be a base of this lifestyle for me. And that I would at least have to be able to get good bananas, or decent bananas, or just be able to get bananas. And I was able to get pretty decent bananas. I don't know why they seem to have been better quality last time. Quality's neither here nor there. we're talking about budget right now, but I was getting pretty decent bananas in the States. Now I don't get them anywhere near the price that I get them down here because I'm getting them in the supermarkets, the grocery stores. I get some bananas at Walmart. I get some at this other grocery store we have in our town, and we have one curb market. And the one curb market is the place. The Walmart and the other supermarket. It's a small supermarket. It's not a chain. I don't know. I guess, bananas are like the feel-good fruit. Everybody gets some bananas just to feel like they're doing something healthy, because it's almost like there's always unripe bananas there. Like they go through so many bananas, they're putting out new ones every day. So in those stores, I very seldom even get anywhere close to remotely ripe bananas, much less bananas that have spoiled that have spoiled in their eyes, or anything that they would put marked down and would go on an ugly table or whatever. So I'm going to have to pay attention to that curb market. I'm going to have to expand, my area. Like when I'm going to Pittsburgh, I'm going to have to stop by more little small markets, and I'm just going to have to find out where I can get those bananas. Most places, you can, any city that's halfway decent size, I see people getting the sale table bananas and the ugly table fruit and vegetables all the time. So look for those in your market. Look for this. This is when they're good for us, they're too far gone for other people, and most other places will put them on sale. So you know what? Go to ground. You've got your bananas. As long as you can get bananas, I can do a lot of damage with bananas, especially right now. I mean, I'm feeling it again. I'm living in such a simple way. I mean, I'm mostly eating bananas, mangoes, and lettuce. And no, I don't exist on that all the time. I'm just kind of shaking things off after being away for a while. But it sure does feel good. So, you can make a big base. Your big base, and this I think the base of how you would be eating would not be that expensive in so many places. I'm not saying there's not a place that everything's going to be expensive, but if you're in a place where everything's expensive, fruits, vegetables, whatever, you really got two choices there. You relocate. You get to where there is fresh fruits and vegetables, or you do something else. I mean, it's a conundrum. I'm sorry, you can't have it all in life, but most places we can find bananas. We can find a cheaper way of getting bananas, and in most places we can find greens. Even back in Alabama, I can get pretty good sized bags of kale, good sized bags of spinach that are reasonable, that are economical for me. I'll have to look a little bit more on the lettuce. Now I'm in a better lettuce situation down here. This head of lettuce is probably about 60 cents. I don't have as much good fresh lettuce available to me, but got to look around. People suggest things to me since they know I'm going to Alabama for the summer, so I'll pass those along. There's places that I don't have close to me. There may be in Mobile, but that's a little far for me to drive. Aldi, Costco, you can buy in bulk at Costco. From what I understand, Aldi is just really good for fruits and vegetables. What else? But yeah, make this lifestyle work. Even though this is about raw vegan on a budget, once again, don't be foolish. You do what you got to do. Don't sit there and beat yourself up over, especially if you're on a budget. Don't feel bad at all about eating some sweet potatoes, getting some good sweet potatoes in there. A lot of good nutrients in there, a lot of calories in sweet potatoes, a lot of good value in sweet potatoes because of the calories and the nutrients that are in there. Hey, people have gotten by on beans and rice for thousands of years. So, there's things you got to do. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Your budget is your budget. And I can't tell you exactly because I don't know what's important to you. I don't know exactly what you have to pay for, whatever. Listen, whether we're fully vegan, fully raw, whatever, you'll find a way to make the money, to get the money to eat like we need to eat. Otherwise, then you might as well just drink, smoke a little crack every now and then and do whatever, because it's like, if it's expensive, we're putting it into our body, So that's one of the most important things we spend money on. But like I say, once again, I don't want to preach this message of purity like some people do. Raw is law, raw is law, raw is law. And some people just can't afford raw is law where they are. It's not practical to them, and they beat themselves up about, you know, reverting to like eating sweet potatoes or eating beans and rice and what have you. And hey, you do the best you can. You know, if budget prevents you from being fully raw, you're as raw as you can be, and then you fill in with the best substitutes available, or the best thing. I don't even know if I'd call a, you know, I'm all about, I don't eat them down here, but I'm all about, I don't throw sweet potatoes under the bus. There's just too much good nutrition in them. I think things get exaggerated though. I think if you really think about it, this lifestyle isn't as expensive as people make it out. And also there's a lot of things, like, I know for me, so I'm not going to assume that you know, my experience is the same as, or everybody else's is the same as mine, but if you were anything like me, once you came to a healthier lifestyle, I'm not eating out. So all the money I used to spend in restaurants, I used to blow a ton of money eating out. I used to blow a ton of money drinking. So if I think of it like that, like all the money that I'm not spending on boozing, drinking, partying, all the money I'm not spending on eating out, yes, if I strictly, you know, lived budget, I could go to the grocery store and eat ramen noodles or get frozen pizzas or whatever. But, you know, I value what I put in my body. And obviously, if you're watching videos on the raw vegan lifestyle or high carb vegan lifestyle, you value your health in some way. So make it work. It's like, not everything in life is easy. You got to put a little effort into it. Yeah, it sucks that some people are able to, and like I can here, just like go and pick up fruit everywhere. And I'm not going to be able to do that. So I will get a different perspective. I'll have a different perspective to share this summer when I actually have to put a little work into doing this lifestyle. I have to go out and see what is the flow. When, like at this curb market, when do they tend to put bananas out? I know, like if I go today, I tend to find the X amount of bananas. So little tricks, little tips, you just make it work. But it's not as expensive. I mean, people are making too much out of the budget thing, and you make it work. Like I say, yes, it can be very expensive in some areas, but once again, I'm just going to go back to what I said. Well, I don't know what to do for you. If you're living in if you're telling me you want to be raw vegan, but you're also telling me, well, I'm in an area that's not conducive to being raw vegan. Well, you figured out your problem right there. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.